Well, hey everybody, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a birthday night somewhere in the swamps of sunny Central Florida. Uh, Thank you, everybody. Mojo, I'm not even going to try that. El Mago. We're just going to call you El Mago. Stephen Avery, Brandon Keene, Elizabeth Mojo, 9326, Joe Facetious, Tarath. Good to see you. Bob Jester. How the hell are you guys? Welcome, welcome, one and all. But anyway, it's by a band called Tom Flesh. You think I'll like? I must have missed something there. But anyway, welcome to the live stream, guys. So I just want to ask you, if you haven't done this already, would you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor? And you're certainly not obligated to do this, but I think you'll find that you can have a pretty good time if you subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. Last time, goodness, was that it? Last time we looked, guys, we were at 91.28. We're at 91.54. So we've jumped up a bit. We've made a leap since last night, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's a cool thing. But it could all be it could all be so much better if you're out there and you're watching and you haven't clicked the subscribe button. If you would do that, because I think you'll find that you'll have a really good time hanging out with us. So I want to thank everybody who is hanging out with us. Yes. Hey, Joe Facetious, man, thank you so much. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. That is an absolute. Oh, that's Australian dollars. Well, I suppose it's the thought that counts. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing you, man. I'm teasing you. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, I think that's great. You think it'd be cool if I did a short vid on the different editions of D&D. That's kind of what I do all the time. But I mean, if you're talking about a YouTube short, I mean, I've got like 90 seconds and 50 years of history. Somebody who's maybe better suited to that kind of high speed chatter. It's a pile of buttons. What have I got in my pocket? Lint, a green stamp, and a broken but there you go. Happy birthday. No, dude, it's awesome. It's wonderful. I thank you very much. C64 television, hello. But yeah, if by a short video you mean like 30 minutes, maybe I could cram it into that. If you mean a vertical, I couldn't. That would take that. Like, did you know there are many different versions of Dungeons and Dragons? Basic, original, all kinds of basics, first edition, second edition, third edition, fourth edition, also 3.5. I forgot to mention that, fifth edition, and something that's kind of between fifth and sixth called 5.5 or 1D&D. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button for more. There you go. There you go. You can clip that. And you got your you got your vertical. You got your vertical. Had my shirt on the other day and they said they play fifth and I totally forgot what that was. Good. No school like the old school. Hey, join me in a toast. Join me in a birthday toast, guys. If you're out there, if you've got something delicious, a libation, then join me here in this sip. I'm so glad to be hanging out with you guys this evening. And in case y'all are wondering, no, I'm not the saddest old man in the world. just sitting here with a bunch of folks on the internet. First of all, because I love you guys to pieces, but oh, second of all, because I did do I did do fun stuff today. No chores. I didn't do anything around the house, which is exactly the way I wanted it. But I went to the market and I got myself some sushi, and entirely too many dumplings. They were the gyoza style, shiitake and pork gyoza. And so I had a crunchy shrimp tempura sushi roll. Bob Jester, member for 29 months. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for joining. So that's what I had for lunch. My oldest is going to be making me a batch of black and white chocolate chip cookies. Not black and white cookies where it's you dip one half in white chocolate and you dip the other half in dark chocolate, but the chips, it's white chocolate and dark chocolate chip cookies. She's making that. And I had the opening of the gifts when I got back from the market today. And I got some really, really cool stuff that I want to share with you guys here in just a minute. Those are called Frank Gorshin cookies. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I get what took me a second. I got what you're saying there. Just a passerby, 1984. Good to see you. But anyway, well, oh, right. So, the return home from the market, I got my gifts, which I'm going to share with you guys right now. And I'm actually going to zoom in. We're going to bring you guys in a little closer so we can see these a little better. And the first up is this absolutely awesome button down sweater. And it's really great. But look closer. Look closer. Look at the knit pattern there in the middle and tell me what you see. That's right. This is a Fellowship of the Ring sweater. Yes, I love this. Thank you, Jorge. Thank you very much. So this is really awesome. Nice Lord of the Rings. Oh, I did not realize this was from Hot Topic. Flint Fireforge, thank you very much for the $5, my friend. A fantastic financial fun thing that you friended me with. I don't know. Fellowship of the Wool, said OTPK. That's a good one. Fellowship of the Wool. There you go. So there's that. This is nice. We'll have some cold snaps coming up here. We're gonna have some cold snaps. The hobbits. See what you did there, Jorge. But not just for that. Got this bad boy here. This is yin and yang print. Now it doesn't show up super well, but these are all blank polyhedrons. So we get a D20 and a D20, and then the rest of these are masses of D4, 6s, 8s, 10s, and 12s, and percentile dice. So that's a bow, a sword, and an axe. Who offered the sweater? Bilbo, of course. All right, and next up, this absolutely don't want to spoil it. Got this absolutely lovely number here. And this one says that I am a Dungeon Master Dad. And I like that one a lot. But if I could say there's any one shirt here that is the jewel in the crown, the pièce de résistance, and that's shirts, not, I mean, the sweater is another matter altogether, but I want you guys to feast your eyes on this absolute unit of a shirt that I got. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Look at this. A Supplement One Greyhawk shirt. Look at that, guys. Supplement One Greyhawk on a shirt. How freaking cool is that? How awesome is this? I love it. This thing is fantastic. Who made it? It doesn't say. It just says, you know, Wizards of the Coast. You like it that the T-shirt is gray too? Yeah, right. I think the only other color I would like it is if it were that nicotine stained brown that the OD&D books were, that like the actual Supplement One was. Cuthbert, good to see you. Put Flint's happy birthday up there for a little while. You should have a birthday libation in honor of the Delvers Yearly acknowledgement trips around Sol. That's right. Everybody should, because it is birthday night, and I'm super excited about that. So I'm having a little Bailey's right now. Bill's birthday Bailey's. Boys. And I guess Elizabeth is out there, so we can't go with B. Would you be mad if I said boobies? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I won't if you don't want me to. I will definitely not say boobies. But anyway, so yeah, thank you very much for the birthday wishes, everyone. But anyway, yes, booba. We do appreciate the booba around the Delver's Dungeon. So I'm gonna put these over here. I'm one of those guys. I get like t-shirts, man. I gotta wash them. I gotta wash these. So else I'd be rocking one tonight. Yes, Yang, that would be awesome. You should all buy a copy of Crom if you haven't. That's a great idea. Everyone, see what Yang's doing? But everyone, I can say you prefer Pride and Joy. Is that just kind of a general thing, or is one named one and one named the other? I gotta ask. She's the one who said it first. I better move back or she's gonna smack me. There we go. I'm out of range now. Hey, Todd, thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. Kirkland Brand Bailey's. Wow, that's like, you know, it's just some quick mixed in with Irish whiskey, but okay. I could not bring myself to drink Kirkland brand booze. I'm sorry. I'll drink St. Brendan's cask and cream, but man, I see that Kirkland label. That's for like, I need a bag of frozen vegetables. You know, I need a pack of paper plates. Hey, Kabuki, how are you? Good to see you. Occultitude tricep. I'm going to call you Occult. But welcome. I think this is the first time I've seen you here at Cult. Ultra TTRPGer, thank you very much. Has finished your own. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Don't stay on your side of the street. This is my streaming hours. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm kidding. No, that's awesome. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hello, Brad. Did I say hello to Kabuki? I can't remember. Well, if I didn't, hello, Kabuki. So anyway, so a lot of you guys are first-time subscribers. Well, I'm not first. Your first time viewers, perhaps, of the live stream, and 9155 we're at now, folks. We are 45 away from 9200. We're getting there with a quickness, guys. But uh, typically on Tuesdays and many Wednesdays and on Fridays, we do live plays of TTRPGs. They're not they're not like Critical Role. We actually play. Characters can actually perish in the games if the games are oriented that way. But yeah, so we don't have rehearsals. Oh, God, no, we don't have rehearsals. Just watch any of the live streams where we play TTRPGs. No, we do not rehearse those. But yeah, so we do live plays, and Friday nights for the last few years we've been doing Gamma World on Sci-Fi Friday. We shifted gears. We're gonna be playing Blade Runner from Freely. We're gonna be playing the Blade Runner RPG. Michael Graham 3520. Yes, it really is my birthday. But look, I know you probably ran out of time to shop. That's fine. Just click the super chat button and listen to your heart. But no, so we're going to be doing Blade Runner. I could not pick up the rules. They're a little spendy for me right now. I will hopefully get them in between now and next Friday. But also, I'm looking for one or two more people to join us at the table on Friday nights. Doomsword has hung up his microphone, and for a while anyway, so has Kevin. So that leaves us with 2 players on Friday night, and I would prefer to have some more here playing on Friday night. So while we talk to while we talk to prospective players, I will be hopefully being able to afford and purchase the rules and get up to date on them, because they are different from Tales from the Loop. Tales from the Loop has it's a softer game. It's a less lethal game, but at its core, it and Blade Runner use essentially the same system. And so it's powered by the apocalypse, I think is what it's called. So I will be getting up to speed on the differences, and they are there. They are prevalent, and we'll be, hopefully next Friday, at the very least, we'll be sitting down to talk about characters, maybe running a demo game, but we'll proceed apace from there, guys. We will proceed apace. Do I collect? Oh gosh, no, heaven forbid. No, not off topic. Do I collect live Zeppelin shows? I'm going to be honest with you. I do not. And that's not from any lack, like I'm not being a pleb or a snob about it. I just never got into that aspect of Zepp fandom. Cuthbert says Friday night is date night, and yes, we're sitting here on watching Bill on date night. Of course, we already did dinners and drinks. So it's date night for you guys, huh? What are y'all doing? Hey, it's cool. We're all friends here. I'm going straight to hell. Bob Jester says, I saw an AI pic of Specs right now. Say Cuthbert's girlfriend is like, I don't like, turn this off, change the channel, put something else on. I don't like this person. Saw an AI pic of spaghetti, but bots in a dystopian future street scene earlier on X. Okay, that's cool. That sounds neat. Can you send me one for the birthday? You can drop the thumb drive in the send me one what? What do I think of the Temple of Elemental Evil video game? That's a good question. That's a very good question. It can you send me yeah, I mean, sure. Or if you want to put the files up on Google Drive or something and send me a link, you can do that. So, Temple of Elemental Evil video game from Hasbro. Here's the thing. The version that we got, the version that was released to us, was broken almost on purpose by Atari or by the pointy-headed bosses. Because the suits came by and said, "Hey, are you done with the game yet?" And they said, "No, we've got to fix the part this, and this." Okay, how long is that going to take? Well, it's going to take this long. What did you show us the other day? Well, it's this, but the only thing that's not complete, the only thing that's not having problems is it is you cannot inflict physical harm on less than adults. Yes, I'm skating around the terms, guys. I really can't afford to get for my channel to lose more visibility. But they said, well, give us that one. And they said, look, all we have to do is turn that feature on here. We fixed all the major bugs. And they're like, no, give us that one, we said. And so the version that was published was broken almost on purpose. As to fidelity of the actual adventure, it's kind of buried under so much 3.5. It kind of almost becomes a different game. Hey, thank you, Jorge. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Salud. Joe Kaufman, good to see you. Joe and I hung out at Page last week. That was a lot of fun. It's good to see Joe. I think it was exactly a week ago. Right now, we were wrapping up our solo D&D game there in the big hall. But anyway, can't figure out how to change the Blade Runner rules. I mean, I don't know. I think a physical copy is like $49 on Amazon or something like that. But you are the king of the forest. So I'll tell you guys about this scenario in a minute. But just went from 53 people watching to 49. Really? Am I that unentertaining? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you have come here? Are you not entertained? Clearly you're not. Anyway, so I was talking about Blade Runner. I was talking about getting up to speed with it, the cost of rules, blah, 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 blah. I was answering questions about TOEE, the video game. So fidelity to the module is pretty good. It's not great, but playing it in the 3.5 context changes a lot of things. But I think they strove their best to preserve the fidelity of the module. What is in the glass? It's just Bailey's. It's just Bailey's. What upsets me about it is not the game itself. It was supposed to it was supposed to kick off a new gold box era of D&D games, but set in Greyhawk. Start with T1 to 4, then we would have gotten the Slavers, then we would have gotten against the Giants, and maybe the S modules somewhere along the way. But Atari management, not the programmers, screwed it up so bad that any future was just gone. Think about it, if we could have played against the Giants or the Slaver series. So I wrote a fairy story once. Well, once, like it was ages ago. No, it was a couple of years ago, or maybe less than that. And it's about a farm boy. His father's a widower, and he has this huge apple orchard that borders a very wild forest. And one day his father wakes him up and prepares him this extravagant breakfast. And his father is kind of cold and distant to him. So the breakfast is sort of unexpected. And he asks, well, you know, you need to go to the edge of our land. Something's been stealing apples off of our trees, and I can't have that. So he goes out to the edge of the woods, and there's a fence, split rail fence dividing his orchard and the woods. And it's early in the morning, and he pushes his way through the heavy parts of the grove, and standing on a shattered tree stump, which is one of the pillars, is a green-skinned fairy-like woman, and she's eating one of the apples, and she just kind of watches him for a minute. And so she kind of starts taunting him, and not like mocking him, just acting very kind of snarky towards him. And so the boy asks, in the story, she intimates that he has to come with her. The RPG played out kind of the same, but he follows her through the woods, and she feeds him a potion that gives him like extra vigor so he can keep up with her. She introduces him to a white stag, drags him into a pond, but he can breathe even though he's under the pond. And then eventually they come to a huge bluff, just an almost vertical bluff at the edge of the forest. Hey, GPA, thank you very much. No spoilers, please. No, I'm telling the story. So he climbs up the cliff slowly but surely, and this whole time her affection for him, she's warmed up to him. And in the story, she tells him, what if I fall? And she literally walks back down the surface of the cliff and says, then I'll catch you. So he makes his way to the top. He's exhausted. He's near collapse. She lets him rest for a while, and then she takes him further back on the headland behind the bluff. And there's this massive tree stump. Like the stump itself is like 2 or 3 feet high. Tree has been cut off. Ancient tree. And very melancholy voice, she tells him that men came with axes and saws, and they cut the tree down, and they took what they wanted, and they burned the rest. Thank you very much, Cuthbert. I appreciate that. So in the story, he asks, well, is there anything I can do? I'll talk to you about Blade Runner again in a little bit, Michael. And she bids him lay down on the stump, and she basically does a little bloodletting on him, and pours the little bit of his spilled blood out around the circumference of the stump, and says that's the first step to atonement. And they have some. I'll just wrap this up. This is getting to be a very long telling of a very not great story that I wrote. They do some more exploring. He realizes he's fallen in love with her, and she tells him, you know, you can't, because if you do, there's no going back. And he realizes that he's already gone too far. He can't go back. And he tells her his true name, and without even realizing it. So she calls him a fool and tells him that he is with her forever. He will be with her forever. And he basically becomes the male counterpart to her female counterpart, spirit of the forest. And the story ends with his father standing at the edge of the orchard, looking out into the distance, because it's been like a day and a half. And another fairy comes, and she says, the bargain's been kept. And he says, I'll never see him again, will I? And she tells him no, but not to weep. The pacts have been renewed. So he, with a heavy heart, he returns home. The end. And yes, I wrote that, GPA. So as to the question of, are we doing Blade Runner? We're starting Blade Runner next week. We are starting Blade Runner next week. This would all make a very good anime, only if he got hit by a truck and woke up in the orchard. I'll have to find my draft, GPA. It's all up here. I'll have to find my draft. But anyway, thank you, Engine Joe. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's my little fairy story. And I just kind of repurposed that for a solo D&D RPG. And Joe K fought some orcs that had also infiltrated the forest, and there were some saving throws, so it wasn't just like I'm narrating you scene to scene. There were choices he could make. I said, you're not on a railroad. You can literally say, my character turns around and goes off to do other adventuring things. And I would have created other random adventuring things. Have I seen any anime lately? Not new anime, unless you count about 2 seasons of My Hero Academia that I watched. Thank you, Joe Facetious. I appreciate that. Yes, Michael, 39. I can't lie. I'm 39. Why did I pick Blade Runner? That's a good question, actually, Michael Graham. I picked Blade Runner because Blade Runner is my favorite movie of all time. I like Free League's other RPG by them that I played, which is Tales from the Loop, and I like the look of Vaesen or Vaesen, however you pronounce it. I don't know, it's Northern European. It could be pronounced like Charlie for all I know. And so I'm keen to see how how Blade Runner unfolds. And I think, given that I've loved it for years, that I could that I could do a pretty good job of game mastering Blade Runner. Get on One Piece. I won't live that long. If I started watching One Piece from episode 1, I will not live that long. I will end before One Piece does. Same with Berserk. You guys are telling, oh, you got to read Berserk, Bill. At a rate of what, 30 issues a day? And then I might get caught up in 10 years? Free League system is powered by the apocalypse, is what it's called. Here's how it works. It's really actually pretty simple. I give you a difficulty, and you roll a number of d6 equal to your attribute and the number of points you have in that skill. So say you've got a move of, or say you've got a body attribute of 2 and a move of 2, that's 4d6. And all I need is one success. If it's a normal task, I just need one success. So you'd go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we can do that, and we'll roll 4d6. Oh, look, I got no successes. I got no successes. Or maybe, and I'm putting this in the I'm putting this in the context of Tales from the Loop. Maybe you are using your special item, your focus. Like in Tales from the Loop, it could be your guitar, it could be your skateboard, it could be your Commodore computer, but you're using it, and you're using it in context. So okay, you're trying to open the electronic door. Hey guys, I've got my Commodore in my backpack. Quick, let me see if I can. Okay, all right, I'll give you an extra die for that, So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're rolling 5d6. And again, we just need one. Look at that. Look at that. Boom, boom. You got 2 successes there. And you can keep or lend that extra success later if you need it. So, but there's no like degrees of successes. It's not like, well, I got a 5. Is that a lesser success? No, we're just looking for 6s. And that's kind of the backbone of the systems that they use, whether it's Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood, Vossen, Aliens, Twilight 2000, or Blade Runner. It uses that D6 pool looking for a 6 to indicate a success. And it's really simple to use. So, hey, Dungeon Minister, thank you for stopping by, Father Aaron. Hey, join me in a toast. Happy birthday to me. So, make sure I don't drop that on the floor. So that's basically it. And a failure, at least in Tales from the Loop, will give you a condition, and a condition removes a die from your pool. So let's go back to that example. You're like, hey, I've got my Commodore 64, but you've already had a failure, and maybe the game master said, okay, your failure was jumping over the railing to get down quickly and get away from the security guard. And I'll say, okay, give me a move roll. Oh, well, that's only 3 die 6. And you failed. And I say, okay, you've got the condition hurt. You're injured now. Your ankle is throbbing. It hurts to take a step. It's very hard to concentrate on things that you're doing. So then you would go back to the door opening with computer. It's really hard to focus. So we roll 4 die 6 again. But, oh, look at that. Look at that. We've got a couple of successes right there. We got 2 successes. So you still managed to succeed. So, but your failures stack up. So you might get hurt, then scared, then upset, then angry. And by the time you hit your 5th, your 5th condition, you're just wiped out. You can't do anything, you know, you're at your wit's end. Because again, Tales from the Loop is a game about kids. It's about adolescence. So yeah, those things can stack up. I'm on TV. I'm a big TV star in upstate New York. Yes, I am. Keep tuned in to 11. That's when we turn a little blue. By the time you hit the 5th, that's your kind of game. Yeah. So anyway, that's basically the guts of the system. Blade Runner's a lot grittier because you can die. It's not a game for adolescents. You can die. One thing I will be doing, and like I did this with Tales from the Loop. Tales from the Loop is like, here's the two settings. You're either in this fictional town in the American Southwest or this fictional town in Sweden in the 1980s. I grew up in Central Florida in the 1980s. I can make this area live and breathe. And guys, there's all kinds of stuff here that would be using the electromagnetic loop technology. Theme parks, aerospace, space exploration, lots of stuff in Central Florida. So I was just like, I looked at their two settings and was like, that's nice. It's set in Orlando, Florida in 1982, you know. So as far as Blade Runner goes, I will probably cleave more to Blade Runner 2019 than Blade Runner 2039 or 2049. But that's all I want to say about that. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, because the book is it covers from or basically it covers the Blade Runner 2049 era. So, you know, all the stuff with Wallace and the Nexus 7, 8, 9s and that sort of thing. All that's in there. I want to pivot and focus on 2019, but that's all I really want to talk about. No, see, Dungeon Minister, I've got it. When I'm at 9,999, I'm going to go out and like throw my support behind some really controversial topic to lose a few hundred viewers. So I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I best be making some serious plans for an in-person convention. Yes. And when I have it, I expect to see you and the lads and Mrs. the Dungeon Minister all down here in Central Florida having fun at the con. I better see that. I better see that. Hi, the 5th now. You couch surf. Was that like English? I buy one of those consoles. It's like 3/8 the scale of a Nintendo Switch, but its Joy-Cons are glued on, and it's just like an 80-in-1 glop top NOAC. that's on the rice paper instruction sheet. You know, 1, pluggingly into video. Yes. 2, not too wet for children's shock. 3, hi, the 5th now. You couch surf. I'm just like, look, man, I just wanted to play Super Mario Brothers for $8. Delver joins Ham. Humans Against Monsters. Absolutely. GPA, you better. Dungeon Delver comes out in favor of Chaotic Evil Kender Paladins. Dungeon Delver supports Drow as playable classes only if they can have Kender companions. Thank you very much, Bob Jester. I asked the guy who spent the 90s buying the cheapest possible sound and video cards. Well, I want a Sound Blaster All 32, but that's $49 at the Market Pro show. I can get this PCI sound card for $8. You like hear it rattling around in the cardboard box. You get home and it's in a plastic bag, not an astatic bag, a plastic bag. It's got like 2 driver floppies, one for Windows 3.1 and one for like Windows 95. Okay. Oh, I use Windows 98. Here's hoping. Yeah, so I got used to having to translate English. But anyway, yeah, so the guac is racing forward really fast. 91.55, guys. We are a skosh away from 9,200. We are where, like, I never thought, hey, 91.56, even better. We are where, like, I never thought we'd be. I never, honestly, 2 years ago, even after things started booming with the whole fuck up about the OGL and everything, I was like, okay, but things have leveled off now in mid 2024. So what? Yeah, I had a boom. So what? Yeah, I'm at 4,000, slowly closing in on 5,000. Big deal. So any Apple experience? Only the Green Fairy I was telling the story about, who was stealing apples just before you got here, Kabuki. Or maybe you were already here. So yeah, I was like, all right, let me do the math. The way things have slowed off now, yeah, it's still going to be another 10 years before I get the remaining 5,000 subs. Poor Orc Child, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can put your monetary gift over on the table next to the packages. Yeah, no. Holder magic though, yeah. And you know what's funny is, though, because I hit 7,000 over the course of a couple of years, and I had some growth spurts. Like one summer, I think it was the summer of 24. One day, I just went on Twitter and I said, hey, if you like classic TTRPG, if you like first edition AD&D, I have 5 first edition AD&D modules. They're yours for free. All you got to do is go over to YouTube and subscribe to me. Here's the link. And in a day, whoop, 250 people subscribe. Now, I've done that since then, and it's gotten nowhere near as much traction. So I think I hit saturation on that front. But I still get, I still post it up and get a few. But yeah, that first day. So like if you watch the timeline right around then, you see like a near vertical line for a day, and then it just kind of continues on slowly. So I've had fits and starts, but really since 2024, right up until November, when I started doing the YouTube shorts, Spaghetti West, you saw me at Page. You briefly said hello. It was good to see you too. Who were you? Tell me, tell me who you were so I remember it. You're gonna have to reset your phone. Yeah, because I'm here. I promise. But anyhow, so yeah, the line was steadily going up. It just flattened out seriously. And I was like, well, damn it. I'm just gonna try the YouTube shorts thing. I'm just gonna do that. And I'm gonna post some of those up. And it really came when I was building the wood grain sets. Not that I saw a lot from that, but I was like, this is actually pretty easy to do. And so I did a couple, and it was like 2,000 views, few subs on each. So I was like, wait a minute. Let me try something here. Let me try something out. And then, pow. You know, I'm putting shorts out there. They're getting, they're not now, but they were getting 60, 70, 80 subs. I would say through November was the biggest peak. December was okay. January's been a little down. But I'm not complaining, because it went from maybe someday to, yeah, no, set your calendar. Now, if I was going by the November numbers, I would have hit, just by New Year's, I would have hit 10,000. But it's tapered off. It's tapered off. So I'm now at, like, now I'm thinking mid-March. Maybe, possibly. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see, everyone. But it's going to happen, and it's going to happen real soon. 9,156 subscribers. And I hope that trend continues. Views are tremendous. They're just tremendous. I mean, I had, all totaled, prior to, let's go to analytics. Let me see if I can do, let's see. Views over the last, that's all hard to tell, but basically, essentially, yeah, since November, I would say I've gone up like 200,000 or 300,000 views. Thank you, Spaghetti. Thank you very much. Start recruiting sponsors. I don't think anybody wants to sponsor me. I don't. That's very cool, Spaghetti West. RPG Grandma, by the way, she and I are going to run away together. I've got our plane tickets to Belize. We're going to do pirate RPG radio from Central America. The Wendy's Dungeon Delver Hour. Brought to you by Feast of Legends. The serious RPG for serious diners. And I got to say something. So it was few enough that I remember, and I put that up on screen for a reason, but for some reason I made the stolen identity joke. Yes. Okay. So, oh, Robert Santon, I missed you. Hello there. The info that would make a great D&D trivia book. The thing about it is I take it from books. So it's like, yeah, the Art and Arcana book, for example, I just flip through that thing. I'm like, oh, there's an idea. But anyway, how was it? I was talking about the numbers. Right. So yeah, they've just blown up. But meeting people in Lake Geneva, I remember exactly precisely how many show fans I met in Lake Geneva in 2023. It was 4. It was 4 fans of the show that I was not expecting to see. And it was great. It was really cool. I didn't expect to meet fans of the show at Page, but I met so many I've forgotten. I met so many people that I lost count of the people who said, you know, hey, I like your stuff. Not that they sought me out specifically, not that they came over and said, oh wow, you know, but just when they realized who I was. Beefinator, yeah. So anyway, what if you missed this, what Spaghetti West was talking about? Do I say, okay, I'll go get it. Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on. Oh, dropped a shirt. That's no bueno. Let me go get this. So I'll tell this story again. But this is what our page badges look like. And I got Grognard and Blurticon, which is a black nerd con. They really, anybody can go, but that's what it started as in DC. And one of the organizers of that con was a dude that I interviewed, and he had a whole page, no pun intended, of these. And he made me an honorary blurred, which was really cool. So Heidi and Eric basically kind of saved my mental bacon at the con for reasons that I don't really want to go into right now. But they're lovely, wonderful people. Thank you very much, Christopher. You left, you know, the penalty, super chat. I'm kidding, you know, I'm kidding. But anyway, so I spent a lot of time kicking around with Heidi and Eric, and I love them to death. I think they're stupendous people. Go to EggCon. Go to EggCon. What are you doing this summer? You're fucking going to EggCon is what you're doing. You're getting up, you're flying to Milwaukee, you're driving to Lake Geneva, and you're going to spend 4 days celebrating the birthday of E. Gary Gygax. You're going to meet me. You're going to meet Alan Hammock. You're going to meet Harold Johnson. You're going to meet Ed Greenwood. You're going to meet Heidi, and you're going to meet Eric. You're going to meet who else? Jeff Talanian. You're going to play at Paul Stormberg's Legends of Wargaming Sand Table. You're going to do all the things because I told you to. So now that I've established that I will see all of you there, so I'm sitting over and Heidi had her EggCon badge and badge holder on, which looks like this. But of course, her says Heidi Gygax. So her page badge was just laying behind the counter where they were. And I picked up her page badge and I put it around my neck and I said, I should wear this. I should go over and stand next to Heidi because she was doing a Dragon Derby demo. And I said, see how long it takes her to notice that I'm wearing her badge. And she actually picked up on it pretty quick, but I was just like, you know what? I'm keeping this. And so I wore this badge around and I got some looks because people were like doing a double take and seeing the name Heidi on my gnarly Bigfoot looking ass, right? So I just did a short video and I held it up and I said, I've committed identity theft. I'm having a identity crisis. I identify as this person. So, and after I did that, and I started having people notice just out on the con floor, I was just like, yeah, she's not getting this back. So there I was. Heidi's Heidi's bed. And Heidi and Eric, if you're out there watching this, I love you. I will give this back to you at EggCon this summer if you want. So that is a story of the theft of Heidi's badge. I hope you liked hearing it as much as I like telling it, because I'm not telling it again because I've told it over and over again. But the joke was identity theft, and of course, I identify as her now. So that's the joke. There's the clip for the ad. Are you guys just being exceptionally quiet, or are y'all just bored out of your fucking minds? We've got 30 people watching over on YouTube and 48 of you guys watching over on X. And I love you all. Look, whether you're watching over on X or you're watching over here on YouTube, if you haven't already, please chime into the chat and say hey, because I love you guys. I really do. Some of you in person. Oh God, no, that sounded terrible. Some of you I have met in person, and I love you guys too. That, whew, wow. Some of you I've loved in person. God. Oh, mercy. All these people out there who've said tacitly that they're going to be on my show in the spring are like, nope, I'm not doing that. No, he's creepy. Oh, speaking of birthday swag, I did treat myself a little bit. I did something that like I haven't really done ever in my life. I bought my own laptop. I have owned, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just of my own. I've owned 9. I've owned 9 laptops, and none of them, 3 of them, Trojan Blitz, good to see you. Luis Flores, thank you very much. Tubers rule. I too love potatoes. Being respectful of my story on my birthday. You're all cold. But anyway, yeah, it just blew up with all your chats all of a sudden. But anyway, so I got 4 laptops from my job. I gave 3 of them away. I got a laptop for someone from my job who then gave it back to me. No, I got 5 laptops from my job. One I could kick myself for giving away because I loved it. It was a Sager NP933, a gorgeous 386 50 with the full 4 megabytes of RAM, and the keyboard felt so good under my fingers, and I used to use it for mobile DMing because once upon a time, kids, you could open Adobe Acrobat for Windows 3.1 and load in a PDF, and it would work. It would work really well. So I had that one. I had 3. One was a Pentium 100, one was a Pentium 120, and one was a Pentium 133. I had a Pentium 90 that IBM ThinkPad sub notebook that I gave my dad, which eventually did come back to me. My sister's church, the pastor was like, hey, I have this laptop. It's kind of junk. Go throw it in a deep, dark hole somewhere. The hard drive had been removed out. But it was an AMD K62500 with 512 megs of RAM. I put a new hard drive in it, and I ran Windows 2000 on it for a little while. Then I gave it to I gave it back to my sister, to her family to use, and it got stolen in a break-in. I had a 386 XD, a 360 XD ThinkPad that I gave to my sister's husband, her husband at the time. And he gave it back to me because he bought something new. And that sat around, and the plastics literally crumbled apart, or else I would still have it. When my mom passed away, my dad gave me, dad had passed away. I'm sorry. But I got a Core 2 Duo laptop that I still have tucked away somewhere. Like dual core, 2.1 gigahertz, like 4 cores, like 2 cores, 2 threads. That's okay. And then a friend gave me like a dual core Celeron laptop that I've still got kicking around here. But all of those were given to me. I bought my own laptop. It's an 8th gen i7, like 7630U, which means it stays clocked really low speed. And then when it needs to, it ramps up. But I bought it for myself. I bought it on an installment plan. So I've only got to pay like a little bit of money every month. And it's going to be my new mobile studio, because the little tiny mini laptop is just not enough. And with this thing, I can plug in an external second screen, because I do have a portable laptop screen. Well, it's just a portable screen in general. And it's got more than enough oomph to run Filmora, so I can do Filmora stuff on it. Basically, I'll be able to do the show on the road, but not from my phone. So I treated myself because it was my birthday, and I did that. And even though it's a monthly payment system, it is what it is. You found an old Nokia in someone's garden last week, or in your garden last week. You mean Nokia phone, like you could use as a hammer? Does it still have their Snake High scores on it? So someone asked what EggCon was and how it differs from GaryCon. So here's the thing. GaryCon is a big to-do. It's a big to-do. Few thousand people, occupies an entire hotel suite complex. Very crowded, lots of people. If that's your jam, that's great. It celebrated honor about the time Gary died. I kind of prefer celebrating a man's life. So EggCon is around his birthday. It's a smaller con. It's quieter con. It's in the summer, so I don't have to wade through a fucking foot of snow, which is always nice. So yeah, EggCon. The biggest difference between EggCon and GaryCon is I will be at EggCon. And hell, I'll go next year if I can. If they'll have me. Because it's nice to be had. But I may have figured out a hack, a way to do it. I may have figured out a hack. Speaking of hacks, I want to share something with you guys, and you guys are going to boo and hiss and throw cans and beer bottles at me, which is why I'm glad it's over standard TCP/IP, because you'll just fuck up your own computer equipment if you do that. You can have some of our snow. Global warming's not a thing up here, Jorge. There's a polar vortex parked over the U.S. Midwest, and it's got everything north of Valdosta, Georgia, frozen solid. Anyhow, this is one of those things that you don't think about until you're an adult, but I can't believe I think, yeah, snow makes me mad. I don't like snow. But I was thinking about this. If you go to a town and there's a super Walmart, and you know you're going to be spending like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Absolutely enjoy pizza and burgers and all kind of convention food. But do your insides a favor. At least a few nights a week, do this. And even if you're in a motel, as long as they've got the nook with microwave up by the Kerug near your front door, you can do this. Even if they've got like a snack bar downstairs, as long as you've got a bar fridge in your hotel room, you can do this. Good versus evil, bladed versus non-bladed. I tend to stick to the strictures, Mike Wilson Art, of use your use the player's handbook guidance. If you want a cleric that can use an evil cleric that can use bladed weapons, make them a fighter cleric. Anyway, here's what you do. You get not DoorDash, one of the grocery delivery services. Get yourself the following. Just go online, Walmart, Target, whichever. A bag of grilled chicken strips, whatever flavor. Either Uncle Ben's or Vigo rice, cooked, microwave in a package. Bag your favorite vegetables. Green beans, peas, broccoli, spinach, whatever. All of that stuff you can cook in your microwave in a hotel room. You just kind of make a casserole out of it, if you will, and just mix it all up in a bowl, or have it, just have it on plates. Your guts will thank you for just a little bit of normal food. It's midnight, you've rolled in, you're hungry. You just take a little bit of it out, dump it on a plate, wet napkin on top, nuke it for a minute, hot home-cooked meal right there. And the one packet of rice, the one bag of steamed vegetables, and the one bag of seasoned chicken, which you can get like lemon pepper, you can get whatever seasoning. You just toss it together and you'll like it. I'm talking about being able to eat healthy on the cheap at a convention setting, Kabuki. It's just some grilled chicken from the grocery store, a bag, just microwave in a bag rice, and steam in a microwave vegetables, and you mix it all together. And there you go. You don't have to eat crap. You don't have to eat crap every night and every day you're at a con. Oh. I mean, to enjoy that stuff too. Yeah. I mean, you can do like the teriyaki rice bowls or something like that. When I'm at GaryCon, when I'm at EggCon this summer, the room has a full feature kitchen in it. I'm making a cheesecake. Actually, I'm probably going to end up making a couple of key lime cheesecakes. And I'll probably have some stuff. I'll probably make a meal while I'm there at the con. Now, the rest of the time, yeah. I'm going to Gino's East. I'm gonna get pizzas, like multiple plural pizzas, like 3 kids pizzas, $7.99 a piece, please. You get mushroom on this one, pepperoni on this one, maybe spinach on the next one, and just mix and match slices that you want. But just simple hacks for poor folk to make it through conventions. And that's how you do it. Not iron rations, merchant's dinner. That's 5 gold pieces. I hope it's not 5 gold pieces because a gold piece is 1.6 ounces. What is 5 gold pieces? Let's see. Gold per ounce today closed at, let's just call it $5,000. $5,000 per ounce. So times, where's the thing? Times 1.6. That's 8,000. So a merchant's meal in AD&D would set you back 40,000 US dollars. 40,000 US dollars. How much is EggCon for the whole package? You know what? Let's check that out. EggCon.fun. 173 days, 10 hours, 39 minutes, and 5 seconds. All right. So let's do purchase a bag, and I'll put this up on the screen. All right, so here's what you can hope to spend. I'll build my own, or I'll buy my own hotel. Yeah, just eat the birds that light outside your hotel room. Grab some free crackers at Wendy's. Make an ad hoc snare. All right. So here we go. Your 4-day badges for EggCon. All the Game Wizard are gone. Admit 1 to exclusive Friday game with legendary guy, that guy, in Wizard of Lake Geneva exhibit. Admits 1 to VIP reception, VIP swag and t-shirt, early vendor hall access, and earliest. Those were $395 a piece. Crusader, which they have 10 of 35 remaining, Thursday's VIP reception. Well, I guess that is VIG. A very important guest swag, an EggCon 3 t-shirt, early vendor hall access, and early event registration. Adventurer +1 armor, $75. All 4 days of EggCon, +1 armor badge, is only available through June 17 and includes an EggCon t-shirt for +1 to your charisma and no extra cost. There are no Game Wizard illusionists left. Admits 1 to Maxwell Mansion Crystal Ballroom D&D game with Harold Johnson. Admits 1 to Rathskeller VIP reception and very important guest swag t-shirt, early vendor hall access, and earliest event registration. Junior Adventurer, it's for kids. There's 100 of those left. And Adventurer Apprentice for ages 13 to 21, currently enrolled in school. ID required. Then we got 1-day badges. They're 25, 35, 35, and 20. Thursday is 25, Friday and Saturday are 35, and Sunday is 20. So there's your prices. That's what it's going to set you back. And DL Duff making a very good point. Remember, in your world setting, supply and demand will set goal value. Absolutely. My world setting just happens to follow the player's handbook because I am unimaginative. Birds aren't real, everybody. Deep fried bat wings and coconut milk. Hantavirus-y. Now I am going to get my games on the grid soon. I'm going to be running a lot of stuff. I intended to run 3 games last time, and I ended up running 2. Yes, EggCon is a lot of fun. But anyhow, so I hope to see you guys there. I really do hope to see you guys there. I am designing the adventure for this convention, by the way. Well, Heidi Gygax and I are designing the adventure. You guys want a spoiler? You guys want a little inside information on some stuff that's going to be in the adventure? People mouth off to you, Kennick? You going to dole out some carpool punishment? Oh, you guys want to know? You guys want a little spoiler? There's stuff that happens in a dungeon. Shh. Shh. Tell anybody. All right. Can you not run around telling everybody that? The Temple of Doom dinner feast scene. Ah, yes. Yes, the dinner feast scene. I know, Pseudo. Try. You need, if you need to sit down, buddy, I completely understand. Nah, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff in the dungeon. I'm not really going to spoiler it. Heidi would wring my neck. Just kind of reading along here, catching up with what you guys have been saying. Hey, speaking of catching up, for those of you who don't know, Savo was in the chat last night. She dipped in, and it was really wonderful to see her. Love her art, guys. Follow Feifel the Twit on Twitter. Just some amazing stuff. Just take a deep breath and be prepared to wait for more art to come. Savo is an extraordinarily talented individual, and she makes just beautiful artwork. Yes, Feifel is the most adorkable character in all of TTRPGdom, and I know why I can't. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. But honestly, like if I get an email tomorrow and Feifel said, "Hey, I think I can come on the live stream," or better, "Hey, I think I could come and game with you guys," I'd be over the moon. I just literally would just be like walking on air nonstop. So hopefully she'll be able to dip in a little bit more often. If you're watching this, Feifel, we love you. I love all you guys. So we are currently sitting at 28 of you guys watching right now. It was up at 30 earlier. This is not the busiest birthday I've ever had. I think I had kind of and I'm a little bit surprised, and I'll tell you why. I had this sort of strange confluence back in 2023 when the news broke about the Hasbroing of the OGL. I did my birthday live stream like a day later, or a week later, and I I had never seen that many people in my audience. There were so many people in the live stream, and I was just like, whoa. Like, I couldn't keep up with it. I was trying to respond to people. I was trying to type things, and Kyle, God bless him, was on the stream. Like, he jumped into the stream and was sitting in the back, like fielding people's questions and responding to stuff. I'd see my like my name pop up as he responded to people. But I think I've had more. Like a couple of weeks ago, I did a live stream, and there were, no shit, on YouTube 200 people more, or more, watching. And I mean, it was because YouTube, I just kind of caught the wind currents right, and YouTube pushed me up there and showed me to people. I was just, wow. I wish I could get that again. But I do love that there's folks here. And see, now it's clicked up to 34. By the way, Bob Jester, fruitcake is delicious. Fruitcake is delicious, and I will hear no denigrating of fruitcake on this live stream. This is a pro fruitcake live stream. Has brony. Yeah, I like that. You just has brony. I don't know, RPG Grandma. I think at this point they've gotten far enough ahead that they've learned. Hey, RPG Gen Exile, good to see you. I think they've learned to get ahead of the PR message. So I don't think we'll ever see another time like that, which is sad because we all stood together. Old school, new school, didn't matter. We all hated Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro for what they did. Oh, excuse me. And we were shoulder to shoulder with each other. And that's changed. And that's a shame. Oh, goodness. Yeah, if you're going to make fruitcake, it has to be rum soaked, right? Or brandied. Ask me D&D questions, guys, please. I'm here for y'all on my birthday. I'm having fun. 9156 on the subscribatron. I had a guest from the UK. I remember a guest from Japan, from Taiwan, I think, too. Something will happen to pop off the gaming community. Yeah, probably. Soak that cake till it feels happy. Hell yes. Let's take a look at the shorts analytics and see how they're doing. Let's see. Content. The rum was really, really in there. Most underrated and possibly obscure module. Underrated, I would have to say probably underrated. It's not obscure, but I'm going to say L1 the Assassin's Knot is underrated. I can help you fix N2. That's is that the Forest Oracle? But I don't know that L1 is really that obscure, Michael. Don't worry, RPG Grandma, I can fix the nymph. If you know what I mean. Have you ever played the ElfQuest games? I mean, it uses the basic role play system of Chaosium. It was fairly simple. I played like 2 sessions of ElfQuest. About 40 years ago. But yeah, I mean, it essentially plays like Call of Cthulhu. It was pretty good. and have I collected them all, even if no. Well, no, I actually do have physical copies of the Assassin's Knot, and I'm sorry, I said L1 was the Assassin's Knot. L1 is Secret of Bone Hill. That is what I meant. L2, the Assassin's Knot. And of course, I have a physical original print copy of L3. And then Kafka did L4 and L5 for Dragon's Foot and had many more L modules planned before he passed. How would I fix Kender? Okay. Probably I would use nets or dart guns to capture them all. I'd have a clinic set up for quick and easy spaying and neutering. That's how I would fix them. The ElfQuest comics are dark, dangerous, surprisingly violent, and very adult. I remember reading it at 13. Like, my parents didn't know from ElfQuest, and I got an ElfQuest book as an Easter gift, and I'm just leafing through it. It was the 4 Dawning Starblaze trade paperback versions, which I have since gotten rid of, and I feel terrible. But the tight rubber band, yeah. Oh, they'll squeal a bit and kind of claw at themselves, but soon they won't even notice that it's dropped off. Hey, Gonzalo, thank you very much, brother. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, here I am. We're riding in the car on the way to my cousin's house. I'm leaving through ElfQuest, and just boom, there's the Wolf Riders. They're just clothes off. It was silhouetted. It was all silhouetted stuff, but they just whoomp, and we're just like, it was the like the kind of Aztec-y elves and the wolf clan. Okay, a legitimate question. Jorge, take care, brother. Thank you very much for the super. Love you to pieces. We'll see you next week. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully in the audience for the Nerd Council of Doom. With snow predictions in Winchester, Virginia, you plan on being at the paint table and terrain building for the next few days. That's a good use of your time if you're going to be snowed in. The whole I automatically steal one thing from every party member, and I'm like, Tee-hee, it's in my nature and you can never hurt me. That would go out the door. I would just make them kleptomaniac elf halfling hybrids. They can be whimsical and gentle creatures of the forest all they want. But that horse shit about taking everybody's shit, it's like, oh my God, black dragon. I have an arrow of black dragon slaying. Here we go. Okay, that's got a flint head. Here we go. That's a steel broadhead. Those are fouling arrows, guys. And meanwhile, Tasselhoff Burfoot is over there like la 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 la, picking his teeth, while the rest of the party's getting dissolved. They are custom designed to be fuck the party characters. It's what my character would do. Well, what my character would do is beat you until you cannot breathe anymore, tie you to a 10-foot pole, and push you directly into the mouth of the next hideous monster we face. Using Tasselhoff Burfoot as a template is a shortcoming in character design and player expectation. And, you know, it's... I know what you're starting to type there, Damien. Be careful. That does get caught by the YouTube comment filter. But, you know, I'm going to be I'm going to be real with you. The same thing happened with Drizzt, Duerden, and Drow elves. Okay, what's your character story? I am an outcast from my own lands. And, you know, the DM's just like, oh, God, here we fucking go. My mother, realizing that I could never be a part of Dark Elf society, brought me to the surface and abandoned me there, and I had to make my way as a child of two worlds, learning that the prejudice of the surface folk. Just tear my own throat out. The outcast Drow, yeah. And it really is. It becomes the forehead of the week club. You guys remember original Trek? Not original Trek, but TNG? It was like, oh, these are the Blastars. They're just like people, except they have a different forehead. These are the Zergonians. They're just like people, but they have different foreheads. These are the Cromulars. They're just like people, but they have different foreheads. The forehead of the week club. That's what they turned Drow into, the forehead of the week. Yes, foreheads of the week, Kabuki. No, those are Ubos. Have I faced more Drizzt knockoffs, Elric knockoffs, Raistlin knockoffs? Are they all the same player? I would say I've faced more more Elric knockoffs in that they were evil high elves. Just like the player, I want to play a high elf. Cool. What's your alignment? Well, it's not good. You know, he's a loner. He's a cold-hearted loner. Gets his jollies off being really nasty. Okay. You're Elric and everything but name only. And I face more of them than not. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people decry Elric's behavior in uh or his categorization in deities and demigods as being chaotic evil. But I mean, dude mainlines conversation with Arioch, the Duke of Swords, okay? He always begs demons for help. If he does good things, it's on accident. Now we can get into the topic of redemption, because Elric at the end was fighting for law. He was fighting for law. The woman he loved. To get D&D inspiration. I think there's some admirable stuff about Diablo that has ideas you could pick over. Uh, I won't say I haven't pinched stuff here and there. You're just going to have to keep your eyes out for it to see if it ever falls into the live streams. But sort of, kind of, maybe, yeah. 99 people watching right now, guys. That is 31 over on YouTube, 68 over on Twitter. There we go, 101 folks watching, 33 on YouTube, 68 on Twitter. A couple of you folks checking in. Hey, if you haven't said hi, and you're on Twitter or you're on YouTube, if you haven't said hi, you're going to need to do that. Otherwise, the penalty is this will get deducted from your account. I don't make the rules. Otherwise, you're going to have to super chat. I'm just saying, I don't set those rules up. That's the way. That's the law. I think actually is how that works. So, but no, do say hi if you haven't already, and then right back down to 99 and back up to 100. Oh my God, it's giving me whiplash. It's not my tempo. Man, you want to talk about a movie that gives me anxiety? I'm not a musician. I'm never going to be a musician. What? Watching the practice room scene, any of the scenes with J.K. Simmons and Whiplash gives me a panic attack. Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket is too. Officer and a Gentleman. You know the scenes. And the thing about that scene in Whiplash is it's it it is I mean, the title is what happens in that scene. Because he's like, how's it? Not my tempo. And like 3 times he's just like, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, he's just trying to ease it. And just picks up the chair and whips it across the room. Holy shit. And I got to tell you something. You you get a movie again, Officer and a Gentleman, Full Metal Jacket, any number of military movies where guys are going through basic training and they get dressed down. Maybe they get bopped around a little bit. Like, that's one thing. I'm in a music school and this dude slaps me on the side of the head, just like boxes my ear because I can't, I'm dragging according to him. I'm going to prison. He's going to the morgue. I'm going to the NYPD jail. he's going to go get a music stand removed from his chest. That Bob Jester, get out. You're fired. You're fired, brother. This is the worst. This is the absolute worst. I want everyone to see what you did, Bob. Everyone look what Bob did. Now you stand up there so everyone can see what you did. Let that sink in. That's so bad, I'm surprised I didn't say it. God. Ah. Whoa, we jumped up again. Guys, we're at 9,157. We are 43 away from 200. And I got it, not to belabor the point, guys, not to belabor the point, but what a ride this year has been, thanks to you guys. I mean, I don't know if I've ever communicated this properly. I don't do this, guys. You guys do this, okay? I'm an idiot with an overpriced and underutilized camera who thinks he's out here doing good stuff. You guys are the one watching it. You guys are the ones giving me the clicks. You come on, you know, you sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, "Man, what are you doing here?" You know? And when I look over and I see that we are hundreds, not thousands, not even 8,000 or a couple thousand, but mere hundreds and hundreds, but still hundreds away from hitting a goal that I thought was a decade plus down the line from happening. Guys, me, the writer, my simple ability to express my gratitude to you guys, it utterly fails. Well, you know what? Nerd Cognito are all right folks, Tank Ferret. And I bless them. I bless them for their help. It's just like cinema. Hey, speaking of people, that right there, the Viking Hat GM, Kyle, is an absolutely awesome dude. Really are, man. Thank you for sticking through with me, brother. Thank you. It means a lot, man. SSBN 643, George Bancroft, Boomer, both blue and gold crews in the late 80s, doing refit trials and in the shipyard, ORSEC trials, etc. Also, the John Adams out of Holy Lock, SSBN 621 crews. Man, big ups to the silent service. That's pretty awesome. Hey, look at this. We got two submariners here. That's awesome. Yes, yes, just so. Like a canicle for Leibowitz. I can't believe I've been sitting here all night and I haven't been wearing my Wizards hat. Do you guys want to see the Wizards hat for the rest of the evening? Can't guarantee how long it'll go, but I'll put it on if you guys want it. If you guys want the Wizards hat, I will do that. I will put the hat on. Yeah, that was some grim shit back then, man. But like I said, hey, 9,157 subscribers. That is Tress awesome. That's three awesomes, by the way. And I know of at least one person out there in the audience who just who may have just died of cringe by me saying that. But uh I I would do this for 10 people. I really would. I really would. I'm glad there's more of you out there, and I'm glad there's more of you hearing and sharing the good word, because I love me some classic D&D, and I love for people to hear it. But more than that, I'm just, if I really raised people's spirits up and I really told them to if online gaming was the only way you could game, and as Kyle said, copying your stuff down like monks by candlelight, illuminating your own advanced Dungeons and Dragons books, then so be it. If that did it, then I'm glad to have been a small part of it. I'm glad to have been a small part of it. Because like I said, I would do it for you guys. And you tune in night after night. I get messages like, hey, where's Bill? Or where's the Delver? And text messages. Oh, Delver, are you live streaming tonight? And then there's been times when I just felt like I was up against the wall. I just felt like, and I sit down and I click go live, the music plays, and I'm like, wonder what the show is going to be like tonight. And then you guys show me it's going to be a good, friendly time. A good, friendly time. And I appreciate every one of you. You think I do something for you guys? Y'all do something for me. It's the truth. It's God's honest, rock solid truth. And I would not miss this for all the world. This journey that we're on. And I mean, it's not, it's not, it's not like just okay, blow up my ego or anything like that when I say, you guys do this for me. It's just something I enjoy. I'm happy knowing that you guys are happy. And plus, I mean, every time I get to talk to thank you, St. Cuthbert. I really appreciate that, brother. That means a bunch. I talk to Alan Hammock, or I talk to Heidi, or Eric. I mean, Eric's got plenty of stories too. Or, my roommate is going to be Ed Greenwood. Now I know a bunch of you guys love Forgotten Realms and Ed Greenwood. So you bet your asses if Ed is up for it, I'm going to talk to Ed. I'm going to have my new laptop, new audio setup, put a little lavalier mic on him, and we're going to have big fun. We're going to talk to Ed. And I know that's going to be awesome. And I just want to bring that stuff to you guys as much as I can, because so many times in my life I've been around very insular little groups, and they say, yeah, when I met this guy and I met that guy, and I'm like, wow, what must that have been like, you know? And then it just gets cut off when they realize, oh, you ain't one of us, you know? But I'm going to share it with you guys. No, Luke, I'm not doing that. And hi, I know that story. What was my most remarkable character in D&D? Here's the thing. I am a forever DM. I do not get to play AD&D, first edition AD&D, that often. I did get to play. Now, the DM asked us at the table to make a character and a backup character. One of my players from my Monday night game, who had never played TTRPGs before, he got into the game. He started playing. He's fallen in love with it, and he's fallen in love with the way first edition AD&D works. And he has bought 5 ebooks. He's looked through 5 ebooks. He's played in 5e games and other editions, and he's like, I think I like AD&D the most. So I've created kind of a Frankenstein's monster. Oh, somebody's giving me $7,001. Did I miss something? But anyway, and his name's Dan. When Mrs. the Dungeon Delver was in hospital for a week back in 2024, end of 2024, maybe, or end of 2023. I don't recall exactly, but when that happened, she still wanted me to be able to play. I wanted to be able to play. And so I said, okay, Dan, I think you've got the moxie, brother. I want you to take over for a little while. Can you do it? And he said, yeah, I might need some help. But I said, cool. So I couldn't focus on DMing, but I still sat out here and we still played online. And I kept, messenger up, kept an eye on my phone. They knew if she needed something, I would just be like, okay, guys, my character's going to fall back. Okay. And then I go help her. I go tend to her because she was recovering from surgery. And Dan, the DM, said, make up a character, make a backup character, because he was going to be as brutal and as ruthless a 1E DM as he could be. Does my heart good. So Dan did a great job. He did a spectacular job DMing. And my 2 characters, I rolled in front of him. He saw me roll the stats. I got the stuff to be a paladin twice. So I ran a paladin and his brother. And Kendrick, not an original name, I know. Dan did the whole generate a party on the spur of the moment, and I got one potion, a potion of polymorph self. We were in the Caves of Chaos. We were in the goblin storage room. Goblins and hobgoblins bursting in. I quaffed the potion of polymorph self and took on the form of a young adult gold dragon and proceeded to fight in that form. Now, I took some damage, but I knew that when I changed my form back, I get 1d12 hit points. And I think I got like 7 when I changed back because I was pretty thrashed. So that paladin, Kendrick, is probably the most memorable one I got because Dan did a great job as an AD&D dungeon master for guy first out of the chute. And I got to be a paladin, man. Paladin's my favorite class. Love being a paladin. You only watch because I pay you to. No, Josh. So N Malbray, I hope that answers your question. And you can either pay for that answer via super chat, or if you want to do a buy me coffee over here, just however, because the questions are $5. I'm kidding as always. I'm kidding as always. And now he's a gold dragon, total power gamer. Raven McCracken would approve. Obviously not 3d6. Hey, 4d6 discard lowest arranged to taste is Gygax. 3d6 is not used in AD&D 1E. You rule breaker. You house ruler. You might as well be playing Dungeons and Beavers, Kyle. No, I get it, Kyle. You have to house rule AD&D to make it work for you. You're not playing actual AD&D. I understand. No, it's cool, man. No, 3d6 is not in UA. Luke asks, speaking of paladins, what class would I sign if you're going to make a stat block for Amelia from Pathways? Oh boy. So, oh my gosh. Yikes. You know what? I'm gonna have to say I haven't really thought about that. I haven't really thought about that. 3d6 down the line is basic Dungeons and Dragons. Basic, or as we call it, kiddie D&D. There. The British government created a computer game about current ongoing situations in the UK right now, with regard to socio-political tensions. And there is an NPC in the game named Amelia. And if you follow what Amelia's doing, you get what the computer considers a bad ending. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I can say about that. DCC is not even D&D. It's not even Dungeons and Dragons, man. I got to get Greg Gillespie on this show. Greg made Dragon Slayer, and he sent me a set. God bless you, Greg. I'm going to be getting a hold of you, and we're going to have some talk about it. Anyway, moving back on to D&D topics and why Kyle is wrong about character stat assignment. Did you guys know that even if you want to create characters incorrectly, like Kyle does, you can with Crom? Crom is the character record organization manager software. It is the last word in first edition character creation, but not just creation. It's all about character management. It's right there in the title. Crom lets you add small amounts of experience points and informs you when your character is ready to level. It lets you do milestone leveling and just add whole levels. But what if your character encountered, say, a white? Well, then Crom will let you deduct character levels, and correctly deduct the hit points that your character loses. Crom allows you to purchase equipment and tallies it properly for purposes of encumbrance. If you generate a high-level magic user or illusionist, Crom will create your spell books for you. If you have a character who's capable of dual classing a human and you can dual class, Crom will let you dual class at the appropriate time as you choose to do. If you have a human or half elf who meets these statistics for requirements for becoming a bard, guess what? Crom will let you become a bard. Crom will check for psionics. If your character meets the requirements, they may get psionics. Crom is an absolutely indispensable tool for quick character generation for first edition AD&D. Do you have do you have gems and jewelry you need to sell? Crom will handle the selling of the gems and jewelry. Do you want your character saved out in an easy to read text file? Crom saves to text. Do you want something you can share out on the web? Guess what? Crom saves in HTML. Any book legal first edition AD&D character race stat alignment combo, Crom will do it. Pick up a copy of Crom today. It's $25, payable via PayPal. This email address going across right here is the PayPal. It entitles you to all future upgrades and updates and bug fixes where necessary. Get a copy of Crom and never have to grind through making characters over and over again. Take a nice afternoon, sit out with your laptop, crack it open, generate 24 characters of various types. Crom is where it's at. Buy a copy today. Right now, purchase a copy of Crom. It is everything you need in first edition character creation. And my voice is starting to die. Does anyone have any questions for me? Does anyone have any well wishes for me while you're doing that? Because I think we're probably racked and stacked. I want to thank Joe Facetious for the $20. Thank you very much. Bob Jester has been a member for 29 months. Bob, I think you've been a member a lot longer than that. Ho! Flint Fireforge, thank you very much for the $5. Jorge Uribe, of course, he's not with us anymore, by which I mean he logged off. Calm down. He dropped 3,000 Chilean pesos. Thank you very much. $1.99 from St. Cuthbert of the Cudgel. Brother, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And a tenner from Gonzalo Lira's bar tab. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. Any more comments here for me on my birthday? Otherwise, I am Audi 5000. Do kids still say that? I'm Audi 5000. Some of you younger folks, some of you whippersnappers out there, let me know if you still say Audi 5000. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to know that. But anyway, guys, we will be back. I will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to share this link real quick. I very much want you guys to clock in and check us out over at the Nerd Council of Doom. And here's the link to the NCOD. Now, I'm going to uplink my show. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Viking Hat GM just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Jack Photon. Yeah, things have been slow. Things have been chugging very slowly. What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow? African or European? But I'm just going to paste this here. And you guys can join us on the NCOD. We have a lot to talk about tomorrow, guys. So do not miss the NCOD. Jack Photon, I'm going to need you to contact me straight away. And you're going to have to let me know what you're doing with your Fridays, my friend. So listen, the volume of the Caspian Sea, hang on a second. I got this. I think it's about 74,000 square miles or something like that. Volume of the Caspian Sea is Prusticum. Come on. CDMX is 4,200 meters. Come on. All right, that's not working. Volume of the Caspian Sea, 18,760 cubic miles. But yeah, I think it's like what is it? Couple thousand communist units up there for CDMX Kabuki. But anyway, so yeah, Kyle, thank you very much. Oh, I doubled it. I mentally doubled it. I was 4,200. It's 2,200 meters. I don't know how many hectares to a central committee it is. I'm sorry. Perhaps if you had told me in freedom units, I would have remembered it. But how many roads must a man walk down? 42, Joe Facetious. 42. You guys are just hitting me with the questions before I can get on out of here. So that's going to be it. I do love you guys, and I do appreciate you. I wish I could give each and every one of you a hug and tell you, sit down and pick up some dice and let's roll them. My favorite color is green, Bob Jester. But I'm gonna leave now. But I'm gonna leave you guys with a very special message from someone who has been a big, huge part of this show from almost the start. 7 Hills of Rome, Sleepy, Doc, Dopey, Grumpy, Sneezy. Wait, I can do this. It is 111111112. Curse you, Monty Burns. Anyway, guys, do take care of yourselves. I love you all. Jack, please reach out to me. And that is going to be that on my birthday. I hope I'm here for the next one. Guys. But I will probably be here for tomorrow, Monday, but who can say? Peace. Good night.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.